What is up, Knife Nuts? Drew with Pocket Steel here. Gonna do hopefully for y'all's sake, a quick review on the Spyderco Manix 2. Just got finished up hitting it here on the Smith's Tri-Hone sharpening stone. I'll be doing a review of that, I do believe, pretty soon. I've used it quite a bit, and it does a phenomenal job for the money. It's got your coarse, medium, and fine Arkansas stones. I believe it is about a 400 grit, 600, and 1,000 to 1,200. So it's worked out very well, about $25. So anyway, like I said, I'll do a more of a full in-depth review on that. But just finished up hitting the Manix 2 on that. Let's get that out of the way quickly. So, like I said, just finished up touching this blade up a little bit, and this has been on my person as an EDC blade for, well, ever since I did the video last week maybe, and I cannot say enough good things about this knife. I absolutely love it. There's so many good things about this knife, and it just really makes me, look at that nice edge there, get a little shine. So many good things to say about it. I've used it daily. Like I said, when I'm at work, my knives see very heavy use, and this is held up to the test. It did lose an edge, maybe what I would call relatively quickly, but that is also considering that this is very comparable steel, CTS BD1 to a VG10, which holds a really good edge, or I'm sorry, takes a very good edge, but might not hold it for an extremely long time. So that definitely was the case with this. I mean, again, it's all heavy use, so that's not surprising that it didn't hold an edge for an extremely long time. Maybe a week might be a little short, but that might just be because I was running it on factory edge. So after I've touched it up now, we'll see how long it holds. But that being said, this was a very easy steel to sharpen, so it didn't take me very long at all. I hit it a little bit on the 600 grit and then went up to the fine stone, and it's, well, let's do a little cut test here and I'll show you. Definitely did pretty well. So you can see it was having a tough time not hanging up before, and now it just slices like butter. And we'll do a little feather action here. As you can see, took a great edge, and I mean, just shreds that paper. Real fine cuts there. I'm not really having to apply much pressure at all, and it's just right through it. We could do some nice slow cuts, barely applying any pressure. It's just going right through. And of course, we can just chop it off. So, very impressed with the edge it'll take. And again, this is coming off of that Smith's Tri-Hone, so if you are just kind of getting into sharpening like I am, and you don't want to break the bank buying, you know, some really expensive stones, this really does the job. I'm telling you, I don't think you have to spend crazy money to actually get a really good edge out of a knife if you have a decent steel. And that being said, I've used this on plenty of 8CR 13 MOV blades and plenty of AUS-8 blades, and it does just fine. So you see, I'm not having any problem whatsoever just chopping that paper right up. And anyway, that's enough about the steel on this CTS BD1. I definitely like it. There, of course, would be a little more value in something like an S30V or 35VN, S90, you know, any of the steels that are a little higher quality than this would hold your edge a lot longer, but then you're getting into a more expensive knife. So let's talk some about the Manix 2. It is, of course, I'm already 5 minutes into this. I promise I'll try and make this relatively quick. 2.9 ounces, insane on the weight. I mean, for a blade that is 3.4 inches and this knife weighs 2.9 ounces, that is insane. I mean, I definitely noticed a difference carrying this around in my pocket compared to the the Persistence, which is a much smaller blade. In comparison, I was carrying the Persistence, I'm sorry. Go back, check the review on this. Excellent knife, but look at the size comparison here. This knife is so much bigger, yet it weighs a lot less, and you can just really tell the difference. Of course, that is because of the FRN handle, which has absolutely no liners in it whatsoever, which is awesome. That really helps save weight. Haven't had any issue with the strength of this knife. Some people might cry a little bit about the fact that you can kind of push this together, but this thing's solid. It's not gonna break on you. You know, any realistic use, you never would have to worry about that, and haven't had any issues whatsoever. Like I said, my knives take an abuse at work, and this is held up just fine. So the ergonomics on this handle, amazing. There is some kind of jimping here. Let's see if I can get that to focus in. There's some jimping on, let's see, there we go. It's just kind of plastic. It's not really milled out like you'd get on the ramp right here, which of course Spyderco holding true, really good jimping just about anywhere. But even the grit of this, it's pretty aggressive, and it definitely feels like it locks in. Got the same jimping down here, so this knife really locks in addition to the bidirectional scales on the handle here. I mean, this knife feels super solid. The way everything's cut out on this handle, it really just fits into my hand. I have a feeling that you'd be hard pressed to have anyone where this knife wouldn't just really fit their hand well, whether it be a large or small hand. And I do have smaller hands and got plenty of room sticking out here, and just it feels super solid, secure. You've got I can't remember what they actually call this lock, but first style, similar to the Axis lock in the way it looks and functions. On the inside, it's not like an Axis lock, but it's got a spring in there with tension that helps. I don't know if you can see this right here. The locking bar right there will just kind of fit right in down here, and the lockup, I mean, it feels really positive when it actually does lock. Absolutely no blade play on this whatsoever. And then it just kind of makes it fun to flick open and close the knife, which is very fast. I mean, it just, trying to do this at a weird angle here. It just flies open. Trying to keep that in frame here. Effortlessly just flies right open. So, of course, you can use the huge oversized deployment hole there. I believe it's 13 millimeters. So, plenty of room to grab onto it, which is the same hole that's on the Paramilitary 2. So, if you're familiar with that knife, feel right at home with this Manix 2. But you can deploy with that, and of course trying to do angle, there we go. You can definitely get some good deployments with that. So pull this up a little bit, get it to focus. Should have really gotten this camera set up a little better before. So Great deployment, good ergonomics, 3.4-inch blade, so really good blade size there. Might be a little big for some people to EDC. For me, it's fine. I really did get used to the 2 3/4-inch blade on this Persistence, but the lightweight capabilities of this knife and the steel that's on it, the ergonomics, I just decided I'd want to try and carry this. And the fact that it is so light, insanely light, it really just disappears in my pocket. I never realize that I have it until I go to pull it out, and it's worth every bit of the $67, $72, somewhere in that range that I paid for it. If you're in the market for a knife that's kind of in the mid-level range of pricing, but you still get awesome Spyderco quality with a really decent steel, in my opinion, we're kind of stepping up from the next level of something like a budget steel such as 8CR13 MOV. You're getting into that next range of VG10 and a steel similar to that. So, this knife is just incredible. You got this awesome pocket clip. I love this pocket clip from Spyderco. All the other ones are this style, and I enjoy that, but this saves the weight. I like how it looks. That's really cool. The one downside I might say to this knife, and I've stated it in other videos, is that it is tip up only. I prefer carrying tip down, but maybe carrying this knife enough, I'll maybe switch back. Who knows? I flip-flop back and forth, but oversized lanyard hole here, so you could throw whatever you wanted into that for a lanyard. And this is just an awesome knife. Again, I really can't say enough good things about it. Trying to get some good deployments here. Again, just a weird camera angle. If you're really messing with this on your own, you'll see it's quite effortless and just flies open. So anyway, Spyderco Manix 2, awesome blade. If you're in the market for something like that, by all means, go pick it up. And if you have any questions about it, leave them in the comments down below. Thank you for watching very much. Subscribe if you haven't already. Have a fantastic day, night, or whatever it may be, wherever you are. See you later.